What is up, everybody? Adam Goit here, Brookside Landscape Design, and we are about to show you a trip that I went on. We are now almost into the month of May. The sun's out and it's amazing, but about a month ago I got to go down to Austin, Texas, where the weather was a little bit better than what we were dealing with here in the state of Washington. So this video is just a quick showcase of the Aquascape regional event that I went to. This was down in Austin, Texas. This was for a gentleman by the name of Adrian Grenier. And in case you don't know who that is, he's an actor known for being in the show Entourage, a couple movies here and there. Some people watched Entourage, some people didn't. Personally, it was a fan favorite of me and some of my friends. We would watch that, watched every season of it, loved that show. But Adrian Grenier bought a property down in Austin, Texas, pretty large property, about 20 minutes outside of town, and he is all about creating a sustainable property. I could go into great depths about what he's got going on, but generally speaking, he's just trying to create a property that is sustainable, produces food, orchard, fish, plants, gardens, all that kind of good stuff, all while being a steward and protecting the environment, protecting the landscape, the ecosystems that exist there. He partnered up with Aquascapes, met Ed Ballou. Ed Ballou went down there multiple times to meet with him to talk about this project for an earthen-bottom pond that he has on his property. Project got pulled off this year. Aquascapes, Ed Ballou, and some of the Aquascape employees went down there for a couple weeks prior to when the rest of us got there. They did a lot of the prep work, a lot of the excavation, dropped the liner, and then me and maybe about 30 other certified aquascape contractors from around Texas, but around from the United States, went down there for 2 days to basically just go gangbusters and try to get this project close to finished as possible.
So we're going to create a hydroponic system as well as an aquaponic system. There goes nothing.
When we left, it was running, everything was pretty much functioning. There was still some cleanup, still some things to do. Generally speaking, the project went off relatively straightforward, but essentially what it is it's a wetland filtration system for an earthen bottom pond, and we might put some links in here on what that means, maybe some descriptions, but I'm not going to bore you with all of the finite details. I just wanted to tell you what I went there for and why I went there. Aquascapes is only going to be doing pondemonium maybe every 2 to 3 years. It used to be every year, and although that's disappointing because we love going to pondemonium is a blast and we have a good time. Part of the reason for this is that they are trying to encourage more of us to get involved in a lot of the regional events around the United States and outside of the United States. So I thought I would go out on my second regional event to Austin, Texas, and then there's some more in the future. It's a great way for me to learn more, for me to take team members and for them to learn a lot more, because if you want to be the best, you gotta learn from the best. So enjoy. Well, that is almost a wrap on day 2. A little shorter of a day today because they wanted to plan this so that we'd all have time to catch flights home and whatnot. I'll be going into Austin. I'm gonna hang out with my cousin tonight. I haven't seen her in like 7 or 8 years, but I wanted to give you guys a quick little just glance. I was mostly working on the high side of the project in the wetland filters and the upper pond, but I wanted to show you what some of the rest of the teams that were here were also working on, and that's down around the main pond. And this main pond has got a lot of cypresses and oaks around it, and you'll see a lot of the cypress knees. And you're also gonna see a lot of the duckweed. A lot of the duckweed has now pushed from one side to the other already, just because of pumping this down, opening it up, but also because of the intake bay. And that's the goal here, is to get a lot of the excess nutrients and organics and sediments up to the wetland filter where they can be digested. And we also just got done adding 6 catfish to this main pond. Catfish are bottom feeders. Catfish are just gonna graze on the bottom and eat a lot of stuff. They're gonna stir up all the sediment on the bottom, which is then gonna send it to the intake bay and then up to the wetlands where it'll be digested. So I'll flip you around really quick and show you a couple things. So where I was mostly working was way up there on that hill. That's where all the wetlands are at. This is the main pond. All the natural springs come out in that hillside. So there's like 3 natural springs all feeding through there. We cleared, a lot of brush was cleared out of there, and you can just see pockets of water just pouring out of these veins that are coming out of the hillside and dumping into there. Over here, the guys put in an intake bay, so they punched through that cypress root structure there. The intake bay is right in that corner, so the pumps are gonna sit in there. They're gonna pull all of this water down into that area. It'll capture all the surface debris. It'll be easy to clean it. We got 2 pumps pumping water through 2 3-inch flex PVC lines, and those go all the way up to the wetlands, and then it's gonna work its way all the way back down.